Hey everyone, Merric here. We're back in the wonderful and just thought-provoking world of the Beginner's Guide, and it's time to do the message world, and I'm really excited to see what this is. Apparently, Coda decided to make a game that let people leave messages. I don't think it's currently live, but we're gonna see what this is. So, nice room. Not. Definitely sounds like something from the internet.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda.
Yeah.
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
Alright, so my suspicions confirmed. How do you beat this game? Well, I imagine you experience it. The only way to win is to be. No point to this. So a lot of these messages, I think, are Coda just kind of saying what he feels people would feel about this experience. But I could be reading too much into that. I was going to say, holy shit, a lot of messages, I guess. Can you guys hear me? Nope. No signal here, Mr. Verizon. Hi! Reasonable.
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Well, this is interesting because...
It's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it was the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing will ever be as majestic as that. I never want to see again if nothing will ever be that beautiful again. I am crying now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go do that now. Don't be afraid. Do care. This game is no nice. I would like it when I could. So a lot of these messages are really, really interesting. One of them said define fun, and my game designer and I tend to get into a lot of debates over what fun is, because he teaches game design and he tells his students that fun is a meaningless word. Fun has no meaning in the world of game design, and here's why. Fun is subjective. So you may find grinding for warlock tiers in a game fun, especially if it has like a 1 in 37 chance of dropping. But somebody else might not. And the designer may have designed that to not be fun, but to be a chore, but you found fun in it. Or the designer may also think that's fun. A perfect example of this in the world of successful games is Dark Souls. So Dark Souls is not exactly fun for me. I don't like games in which, you know, it's just completely brutal and just completely I don't know, it's just masochistic. I tend to want to play games for fun, and I find games that just beat me down to be really frustrating and not fun. A lot of people don't agree with that. So you'll see people playing Dark Souls, and obviously it's a very successful franchise. People love it. It's had several games inspired by it, and it's had a sequel, and I think a third one's on the way out. So there's definitely a market for players who like to have that just constant ramp up of challenge, and then there are players who like to have games that challenge them in different ways. I like base management games. A lot of people hate base management games, and I like space games. A lot of people hate space games. Fun is a meaningless word. You cannot truly define fun for everyone, and I think it's important, if you're going to try to make experiences for somebody, to realize that. Some people don't like PewDiePie. Some people do. And that's okay, because in the world that we live in, we get to have options, and fun is truly something that is personal. What you enjoy is a personal thing, and you could share it with people, and a lot of people obviously can enjoy the same thing, but fun, again, it's up to the person. So let's continue on, and I'll stop ranting about the word fun. Boring. I'm making my own fun. I can assure you, guarantee, that there is an acorn somewhere here in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. I want the acorn! He said it was guaranteed. Guaranteed acorn fun. It's just looking for someone to talk to, huh? I refuse to believe. But's a butt. I need to go to the freaking bathroom. Well, just pee off the edge. Just don't hit anybody's messages. Wow. There's some cries for help. Don't listen to that guy. A free t-shirt. I need the other side. Door now open. Open sesame. It makes game, includes door, cannot open door, thanks. That's great. Someday I'll meet the person who made this. Well, hope you meet yourself. That's pretty. Do you hear chimes? They keep going. So I'm not going to read all these messages because holy shit, there are a lot of them. Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. It's not very crowded here. You can go in here, I think. Don't bother. Okay, so we're gonna move on till we get another talking point from our friend here, or I find something really interesting to talk about. Could not make that jump, so I'm not gonna try it. Huh. I actually find this to be a really cool idea and experience. You know, just a game that really just is just your thoughts. And I think you can really read into some of these. Maybe a bit much. Ethical. What's down there? Oh, you can't fall off. Damn. I saw a person walking down there, and now I won't come back. Pretty art. Okay, so we're gonna move on, because I'm not sure what's going on. So what do you guys think? Do you think a game like this could be fun outside of a philosophical sort of thought-provoking way? I mean, I'm not sure that this is an experience that would be fun for a lot of people.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
Okay.
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
So, oh, there's the dots. I was looking for those. I think that a game like this could be fun for writers, Like, I could see like a really talented short story writer taking a game like this and making an interactive story in which you walk through it, and the order in which you read the notes would kind of form the story for you. I think that could be a really interesting experience, but I'm not sure what the replayability would be and what the market would be for that. It's an interesting idea. It's an interesting concept. Wish these were notes are in the real world. Come on with the spiraling nonsense. The whispering was a nice touch. Downward, keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Sure. Oh my god, I've been here like an hour. What do I do? Help. Shit. Developer, answer please. Doesn't make sense. Second door won't open. Help. Well, come on, people. It's an easy puzzle.
There's this dark area between the doors, a space between the spaces. Before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment. A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
It's an interesting interpretation. Let's see what the one guy that made it has to say. I find this to be an interesting concept. Oh, it's typewriters. So really loud typewriters. Okay. How do you leave notes? Well, the same way you did. The chatter of typewriters. Are you there? Please say something. It could be anything. I just need to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty talking? Speak, 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 speak. Wow. Porn stars die too.
It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Alright, so I'm a porn star that died, I guess. Okay. Got some nice Venetian bar style blinds. Oh, some stuff out there. Interesting. Alright. What's up there? Nothing. Okay. And pretty textures. Nothing up there. I like the level design. This guy has a real eye for making aesthetically pleasing levels, I think. Definitely has some skills on that.
See, like, this is it.
I'm in the well.
The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Alright. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? 3. Okay, a table. Okay, now it belongs. 3. And couches. I think we should light this room up a bit. I'm thinking a 10 by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling light with fluorescent trim. Put live Tesla coiners. Let's go with 2. A lamp. Come on. A table. You need a table. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. The tables were invented in 1935, too. Table. Alright. That was funny. Oh.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
This is hilarious. It is weird for weirdness' sake.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. Can't go back. Okay. The guide will enable you to escape any this guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully and take care that you remember each step. First, click this table. There are the dots. Good. Go over to the photo flame and click to turn it slightly. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off, then turn it back on. Now go to the left side of the sofa and move it over a little bit. Left from which direction? Which sofa? Finally, touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Okay. Sure. We'll see if we can remember how to do that. Return. Whoop. I wonder if this is how you get out of real prisons. It's not very secure.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Yeah, there's also no picture.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
Oh, that's funny.
Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
So, I think Coda has a obsessive compulsive condition that when he gets an idea, he cannot stop fixating on that idea until it reaches this point of perfection. And if he can't find that, he iterates until he gets there, and it just kind of he becomes obsessed with it. I think that would be a horrifying thing for me to become so obsessed with something like that, because I lack patience, and it would drive me insane because I don't think I could ever actually achieve the goal that I would have that my mind would be obsessed with. I don't know. I've never been obsessed with something like that before, so I don't know how I would handle that. I really don't. The mind is a truly terrifying creation, capable of just making the worst things a reality about a person. Okay, I was looking for the 3 dots and I don't see them. I wish I saw the 3 dots. I guess since it's all the same one, maybe it counts. Oh, I'm in a phone booth. Hi, Bob. Hey, it's me. I'm you from after the escape of the prison. Okay. You're me? I am. So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep. I was in the furniture maze. Yep,
it's a conversation.
Oh.
And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Actually, I'm already forgetting what being in in the prison was like. It's strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in the prison. I feel like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time, or it feels like that. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and things will be exactly the same as before. No, I'm really the same person now as I was back then. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. We're gonna go with 1. Oh no, that's awful. That's the worst thing that I can imagine. Don't worry, it's actually not a bad thing, I promise. Well, you get something else in exchange. The problem is that you don't actually know who you are right now. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Yes, I did get a call. That's how I escaped. I'm going with that one. What did they tell you? What did you have to do to get out? All they told me was to be sincere. They asked me how I felt about being in prison. They just talked to me for a while. Sort of like we're doing now. What? That freed you? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Just talk to me. It will make sense. I kind of feel like that all was meant to be one sentence. Okay, I can talk. Let's just talk for a bit. Will you be here? I will be here as long as you need.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
I find that really interesting, you know? If you're alone, who else do you have to talk to but yourself? And what would it be like for Coda to talk to somebody else in a game? Let's find out.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
It's a really cozy looking home. Oh look, there's a person box head man in it. And some rugs on a bed. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to him. There's a back door there. I see that back door. It's trying to come in your back door. Clean. I don't think the conversation's gonna go the way we want it to. Just a hunch. Let's go inside. That door's gonna shut on me. Told ya. The house changed a bit. If you're so obsessed with cleaning, sir, you should probably clean your bedroom. Oh, that's interesting. Well, my goodness. I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself. And right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Don't worry about me, a place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night, and lousy homes make home loners. Are we cleaning this whole place? I gotta go with the pun. Ha! Something tells me you're gonna be fun to do this job with. Yeah, I am. Well, this place isn't going to clean itself, as far as I know. Okay, I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Sure. The job's done. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now would you please run to the bedroom and make the bed? But what am I doing with the dishes? Oh, I put them over there. Oh, I'm good. To the bedroom. Boop-doo. I like the music as well. Bed's made. While you're in there, why don't you straighten the rug a bit? All the details matter. Yay! Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How'd you end up doing this job? It's been a long time since I've seen a house this messy. Let's go with the... Do you enjoy this? Well, I don't enjoy it so much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel a kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems. Which I guess is about all that matters. Oh, and a tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa out there? There you go. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over there by the couch. I'll get it! Yep, I'll mop it up. There you go, buddy. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. Would you be okay with that? Make it especially cheesy? Yeah, I'll try to get by. Do you absolutely have to? Make that shit cheesy, Sam! Okay. Okay. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. Oh, come on. We're friends here. I'll wash the dishes, but you should share your cheesy insight with me, friend. Okay. Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to perfect, we're all just human. And there are books scattered on the floor of the bedroom. If so, would you put it back on the shelf? Sure. Books need love. Perfect. Aha! Now then, how about you come here and clean these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
At the same time, I feel like I'm in prison because we just looped. House cleaning is so difficult. How do you do it? Are all houses this easy to clean? Do these chores ever end? Well, no, the chores that we just did never actually end. I'm gonna go with 1. Darling, let me tell you something. Your house is only as difficult to clean as you are. If you're finding the work hard, maybe you have a bit of housekeeping to do before you come to work. Ha! And there I go with another lecture. Of course I would. Don't you worry about all that nonsense.
Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was, like, grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Don't you worry about all that nonsense. For now, just smooth out the rug in the bedroom. I can see why. I know a few people that really can only function when their house is clean. My fiance's one of them, actually. It's something that's cathartic for people. No, we'll do it. Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say it occurs to me that one's house is like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get it. That's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. Yeah, you're right, that's pretty cheesy. There's a bit of truth in it. No, there is actually a bit of truth in it, so we're going to go with that. Anyway. So, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books, would you clean up the books? Thanks. Alright. Can I get it through the wall? No. Okay. Always looking for the shortcuts, I am. Oh goodness, the pillows of the couch are a real mess.
I'm glad he found some peace.
Would you go over and straighten them up a bit? I can't have these folks coming home to a messy couch. Who's messing it up? Yeah.
But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, You can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
All of the windows are gone. And he asked, do I enjoy this? And I never got to actually answer him. I find it frustrating that I couldn't answer him. Okay, well, let's walk through the wall and head up here. Keeping an eye out for the 3 dots. I did not see them in the house. I'm going to check one more time, make sure I did not miss the 3 dots. Because I don't know, I'm obsessed with the 3 dots a bit. Kind of want to know what they're for. No. It would be kind of funny if they were in the skybox, though. That would probably get a good chuckle out of me. Oh, none of the doors are open. I thought the front door was open, so no. You don't leave the house, but through the glass walls. Huh. Okay. Fair enough. And I still don't see the 3 dots anywhere. Okay.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
I'm gonna say no. Items you love.
This one gets a bit goofy.
At members only prices. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. Oh, good. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now. Who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person as they make you feel distinguished with yourself, or disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not, how do we do it? But how do we do it effortlessly?
The perspective shifts.
This is so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. Being perfect is effortless.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? On the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to society. Kids should not follow their dreams. Do I arrow? The key is, how do I achieve it with no effort? I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold inside. Being alone must be awful. Well, let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. Thank goodness all you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you were torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. I'm developing a cyst. Gross. When you see somebody confident and it just completely dominating the room, and you're like, wow, I just wish I could be as confident as that person, or as good of a developer as that person, or as amazingly rich and successful as that person, this is what's going on in their head. I guarantee it, because I have been there. I have thought that about people and been in front of people thinking these things. Not necessarily these things, but just these off-topic thoughts that pop into my head in between speaking. When talking to people about my work, when playing these games, in the back of my mind, these thoughts about how uncomfortable I am, or how worried I am that nobody will enjoy this, or how obsessed I am with little details, or worried that some noise is going to make people not want to watch my videos. Just all these things slid around your head, and instead of saying them, you say something like, seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? You never truly say what you're thinking when you're presenting yourself as something. So if you're in customer service, you never tell that annoying customer to go screw themselves. If you're in tech support, you never tell that person they're an idiot for not knowing how to turn their computer on. If you're the president, you never tell the populace that they're hapless morons who don't know what they want. You can never truly say the cynical, dark things that you are thinking in a professional manner, because you wouldn't be paid for that anymore. Unless, of course, you're a comic or just somebody who gets paid to say that stuff. But even then, there are things they won't say that are going on in their brains that they just can't say it. They may not believe what they're saying. They may not feel the things that they say they're feeling. They may not agree with the crap that they're spouting out. But it's their job, so they have to. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Okay, let's keep going. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? Oh yeah. I gotta do that. Seek out the only one thing, the easiest thing, simplest fast forward. Haha, just kidding. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? There is no truth, there is no path. Oh, that actually came out. What if I'm not a good teacher? What is the easiest? Do what is easiest, do what is simplest, feel what is true. Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Nah, we'll go this one. I mean, my students are being sucked into a void, but it's okay. Nothing. No one. Boop.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
There's the lamppost.
To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way.
See?
And completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Okay, well, we are going to explore this chapter in the next video. I know I got ranty and philosophical, but I kind of think that's the point of this game, to make you think. And when it makes me think, I want to talk, because I love talking. I do. I really do love talking. Expressing ideas with people is just, it's a pleasure that I have. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you guys, if you haven't played this, or at least watching this and thinking, and definitely play this game. I'm only on the second episode, and ringing endorsement. If you like to think, if you like to have your world challenged and force you to look at it a different perspective, this is the experience that you look for, and I live for that. I live to see my world changed. So yeah, definitely, if you want to experience things in a different way, play this game. So yeah, there we go. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, leave a like, comments, suggestions, keep any spoilers, of course, to a minimum. Let's keep it fresh for everybody, myself included. They go in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this and you haven't subscribed, consider clicking that good old subscribe button, and YouTube will let you know when I get fresh content out. All that being said, I'll see you awesome people next time. You break a plate, that plate is broken, you know? You can't unbreak it. Even if you put it back together, you can't hide the cracks without completely rebuilding the plate. And at that point, it's not the same plate. It's a brand new plate. So, yeah, I can understand why he's using that puzzle to